Yo guys, what is going on? Today we're gonna make like a dissolving kind of flames in Blender EEVEE. So let's get into it. This is a pretty quick tutorial. So first thing we're gonna do is we're gonna go to the shading tab. Now you're in the shading tab, I'm just gonna get rid of this light anyways. I'm gonna always put it on the studio kind of light, just because I kind of prefer that light. And now we're going to add in all our nodes. So what we're going to do is we're going to go Control A, add in a mix shader, and then we're just going to duplicate this mix shader. Also, we've got to get rid of the principal BSDF. We're going to connect this mix shader to the surface and connect this mix shader to the shader, the second down shader, and we're going to add in that principle we just deleted. We connect the BSDF to the shader to a emission. So got that emission, plug the emission into the shader mod. We're going to add in a color ramp. This is going to be up here. This color ramp is going to be connected to this factor, and it's also going to be connected to this factor. And the reason why is this color ramp will be controlling this, and it will also be controlling this. And we've got to add in a transparent BSDF and connect it to shader 1. Now let's add in a mix RGB and connect the color to the factor. Also, we're going to need to make sure we've got node wrangler enabled. So go up to the edit, go preferences, and go node, make sure node wrangler is on. Then once it's on, we're going to add in a noise texture and a gradient and connect the color to color 2, color to color 1. This is why you're going to need the node wrangler on. So just go Control T and I'll add in a mapping node. And as this is an object and we want to apply it to other objects later on, we're going to go object, and also we're going to want to connect this vector to this vector. As we're going to be doing some as we're going to be adding in a empty in a minute, we're going to on the empty to control this, to control the rotation of this mapping node. So we're going to go object here. We're going to connect this to the rotation, and while we're here, adjust the color and bring that in. And as you see, as it comes up, the darkness, that's what I'm for at the moment, is going to be invisible. So what we need to do, guys, is hit N on the keyboard, and this will open up this menu. And this blend mode, we're going to put it to alpha hash, and the shadow is going to be none. And as you've just seen just then, what was black has now disappeared. Turn on screen space refraction, and then go up to your EEVEE settings, make sure ambient inclusion is on, bloom, screen space refraction is on, and then click the little arrow and then tick this one. Now if we bring this further down and bring this more up, you can see it's more of a defined kind of line. So guys, now we've just got this, it doesn't look very interesting, but we want to make this, let's just go to world brightness and turn the world brightness down, and let's go to the viewport display. You can see this white, this is this emission here. So go here and we'll make it a nice kind of library orangey red flames, and we're going to boost this up to 100, as you can see there. And if you move it around, you can increase and decrease it, but it's still, it's just here, it doesn't do anything. So what we need to do, guys, is we need to add in our thing that controls the flames. So go over to the empty, go plane axis, and as you see, it's appeared. Then click on your cube where it says object on the texture coordinate. You want to click empty. You click on the empty and you hit G, and I'm going to move mine on the x-axis without even acting like fire, it's just sliding. So how we're going to overcome that is we're going to go change this to 4D. Disconnect this vector, and we connect the vector here to the W. Then I'm going to go back to this empty, I'm going to hit G, X, and then as we move it along, you can see the fire is kind of like actually being more fire realistic, and there we go. That's all just burnt this whole box away. Then, I'm going to play around quickly just before we go. I'm gonna bring up this white, and I'm gonna bring up the blackness and give it a bit of a shorter flame. And now let's try and apply this to something else, and this will work anything you want to apply it to. So guys, now what we're gonna do is we're gonna group all of this up and we're gonna save it. so that we can apply it to anything else we want to apply it to in the future, and it's a lot easier to edit. So we're going to go select everything like so. Then what you're going to do is go Control and G, and that's just select everything here and put it as a node group there. And then what we're going to do is drag this group input, and we're going to go apply things like the color. It's going to get plugged in here. The strength is also going to get plugged in, and as you see over here, this group node, this will be a quick access to what we want to edit if we need to edit anything, and connect like the base color, like roughness, and normal, just like common PBR inputs. Then what we're going to do is we're going to go click over here where it says node and click on this principal BSDF, and we're going to change this to dissolve. Then guys, what you need to do is you just need to save this like a normal file, but I'd name this under this material, so you want to name this file probably dissolve. Now we've got it saved dissolve. As you see, it's just there. Now let's go and add in let's go make a new general and delete everything, and now let's apply it to something. I'm gonna go Shift A, add in text, then go RX90 to bring it up right, and then I'm going to change this text. I'm going to go over to geometry, and I'm going to give it, I'm going to extrude it out just a little bit, and I'm going to go and give it a little bit of a bevel. I'm going to space these out just a little bit. And then what we're going to do is we're going to go back over to the shading, get rid of this principal BSDF, so it goes black. Then go File, Append this cube. We named our last file dissolve, the texture that we previously just made. So you're going to click on that so that it opens up, and then you'll get greeted with a materials. You're going to click on that, and the material is the one that we made previously, you know, when we were putting it on the cube. So what you're going to do is you're just going to click that and append, and then you'll see the empties appeared. Then you're going to go Shift A, add in a group and no group, and just connect it. Then connect the shader to the surface, and you're going to hit N, go over to options and change these to alpha hash. As you see just then, it's disappeared, and turn this to none. And you'll want to turn ambient occlusion, bloom, screen space refraction on. And while we're here, we're just going to change this color of this to a blue. And now if we go G and move this empty on the X, we've got our font that's getting dissolved and burned up. As you can see, it's quite big flame. So go over to your node, click on your node and go edit group, and then go over to your color ramp and move this color ramp around until you get the your favorite kind of texture, and then just go back and experiment. When you're happy with it, you can just animate it now. So when you want to animate it, what I'd do is I just move the empty. So go over to layout, go to this, properties, hit I to insert a keyframe, and then move this all the way to the end, and then move it on the X location, hit I, and then you play it and it will move. And what that would do is burn everything up like this. So guys, this is just a quick one. Play around with it and see what you come up with. Also guys, I just wanted to take a minute and talk about this scene. So the first lot of nodes you see up at the top, obviously the thing that we've just made, and the others are all a PBR texture, or like an image texture. So this is showing you that if you want to, you can use this on image textures, and you can really apply it to a whole load of things. And guys, I just wanted to say, I've seen in some of the comments down below that you guys wanted to see more on cell fracturing, so I'm planning to do a video on that really soon. That's about it, guys, so until the next one,